Karl Malone. Karl, welcome.
Thank you, Vic. And you know what? I didn't even pay you for all that, did I? That's amazing.
You and I go back so many years in the NBA, 13 years, of course, since you came out of Louisiana Tech. I believe this is the first talk show where a guy from Cornell hooks up with someone from Louisiana Tech. So we are mixing up the incredible institutions of higher learning, and you and I are going to have some fun because this is the blossoming of Karl Malone. So many years, I believe you've been misunderstood living in Salt Lake City, a very small market. Never had a talk show, even in Salt Lake City, where you were a god among men. And now you're in Los Angeles, and now you have your own talk show in L.A. How ironic is that?
Well, I think it's really ironic because 13 years of all of Utah and a lot of years there, and never got an opportunity to do my own show. Never, ever. And I come out here on for what? 10 minutes with you. And next thing I know, I'm doing a show here in L.A., of all places. So everybody want to know why and how I got here. You heard my song? That was my song. That was my request from the station here. You
love L.A. Not many people realize that because you have homes all over the 50 states. I don't want to rack you up saying that you're a prolific real estate magnate, but no, I mean, you have homes in certain areas where you like to live. I know you have a home in Alaska.
Right.
A home in Montana?
Arkansas.
In Arkansas?
And Louisiana.
Louisiana?
And Idaho.
Yet you love Los Angeles. What is it about Los Angeles that you love?
Well, I tell you what, every year that I've came here, I've always loved to be out here. I spend time in California in the summer all the time. I have people live in San Diego. I have my sister live in San Diego. So I spend a lot of time out here anyway. It just, when I come out here to play, I'm always the enemy because of the Lakers and the Clippers. Now I'm out here to do a show, and like I said, I don't think it's too weird that I'm out here. And like I said, it's been a great opportunity for me. I signed with Dwight Manley, my agent now.
Excellent agent. Yes, he is. Yeah. Of course, he represents also Dennis Rodman.
Yes, yes. But Dennis is Dennis and Carl is Carl.
We'll get to that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get to that later.
But first off, this is a great moment for you because about 3 weeks ago you called into the Brick House on Extra Sports 1150 and you broke the blockbuster news that you were interested in perhaps moving to Los Angeles. Have you looked at properties here in Southern California?
Of course. Of course. I've looked at property. I love property. I've looked at property everywhere, so of course I have.
I know you were even in a helicopter yesterday going over the new Staples Center. What did you think of the new Staples Center? Because I know you were combing it almost every square inch. Perhaps as a remote possibility, you may be playing there one day.
Well, I did see where they can land a helicopter on the one building out there. I think it's Transamerica. They got a landing pad on top of that building there. So I've kind of scoped it out for no particular reason now.
You're curious.
I'm very inquisitive.
You are the inquisitive type, Karl Malone. This is sort of the blossoming of Karl Malone. No one knows who Karl Malone is in Los Angeles. We see you as the enemy. Right. You come in a couple times a year, as you say, to face the Lakers and face the Clippers, and you get your 25 points and 14 rebounds and kick ass underneath the boards.
Right.
No one wants to mess with you underneath because you are an incredible chiseled specimen. I've gone on record for many years saying you are the Adonis of the NBA.
Yes.
Because you work relentlessly hard. No one understands how hard you work to get your body this way.
No, keep on, Vic. More. I'm loving it. Go ahead.
You work very hard. You are a warrior.
Yeah.
And we respect that in Los Angeles. And I, on the Day of Atonement, on Yom Kippur, was the day you called, and I was here doing my show, and I let it all go with you. I said, Karl Malone, I've had such hostility for you over the years, but respect. Always respect for you. But you killed the Lakers. You killed the Clippers with your monumental performances. It's your winning attitude, knowing that, hey, no matter what you do to Karl Malone the first three quarters, the last 12 minutes, Karl is going to dominate.
Vic, can I take a page out of Rodney King's book?
Sure.
Why we just can't get along? All of us can just get along around here.
Absolutely, we can get along. There's a lot. So, is there a message that you'd like to relay to all Laker fans today on this day, the first day of Karl Malone, Extra Sports 1150?
Really, only thing I have to say is, yes, I do play in Utah, but just because I play in Utah, it don't. I still love L.A., and I really do. And I'm not saying it to get any extra fan support or nothing like that. I say this right here. In life throw curves sometimes. You never know what could happen, where you could end up at. And all of a sudden, who knows, last summer that I was signed with an agent this summer, But in life sometimes it's neat to just move on. And you have to not look behind. You got to go forward, and that's what I'm here to do. So that's my attitude right now.
Well, that was my epiphany on Yom Kippur. In fact, moving on from the years that I had, fostered hostility towards you, one of a frustrated fan. That's all I was, because I knew your quality on the court, but you kept beating the Lakers and the Clippers, and I couldn't take it, and you were so physical. And yes, you whined a little bit, and you bitched a little bit about calls, but you know what? You got to work the officials. I understand that.
Yes. I went to hockey last night. My first
You're at the pond.
Professional hockey game last night. And superstars whine, Paul Correa, which is, I like him a lot. He got that little pretty boy look, but every now and then he'll kind of walk over there and kind of whisper in the referee ear, and he shake his head,
sure.
And then I like that. That's part of it.
In fact, you were at the pond of Anaheim last night. You were a featured celebrity, and I know you were hanging out with Timu Solani and Paul Correa after the game. Am I right?
Yes, and you know what? What a bunch of great guys. What a great bunch of guys there. They are Jazz fans. They are Laker fans, and I respect that. But Karl Malone can be a fan of hockey, baseball, football, anything. And it's just my way of supporting those guys. I know they watch us when we play, and it's my way. And I'm not saying that I'm going to be here in L.A., but, God, I can have a lot of season ticket, a lot of different places,
You're a sports fan, and you're also a Renaissance man. Not many people know of your amazing variety of topics you like to attack, not just sports, but you like to attack role models,
right.
Drugs.
Right.
These are very serious issues on your agenda.
The facial hair,
facial hair, the whole Davy Johnson thing.
Right,
I know you have a very strong opinion on that. We're going to get to that, to all the phone calls, because the board is lit up. Everyone wants to know, who is Karl Malone? Why is Karl Malone here? Yeah. And this is day one, Extra Sports 1150. Karl Malone has descended upon Los Angeles, and we are very excited to have you. I know I am, to have you in the house, because you are a very, very interesting man, Karl Malone, very complex. You are a warrior, and off the court, you are one of the few who really says, hey, I am a role model.
Right.
I do respect the kids of America. I want them to have someone to look up to, and you pattern yourself as a role model, and you give the kids something to look up to. And, Karl, we're going to get not only to the lockout, which is a very, very interesting subject right now.
Sure.
And what's an interesting call to me is this is the first time really in sports talk radio in this country that fans can reach out and talk to a professional ball player about this lockout.
Right.
And you will come clean, am I right?
I will come clean as I can come there, and I want them to understand now I do have my hand on this button. So if you can take stabs, but I got this button right here at my fingertips if you get out of hand.
Welcome back to the Karl Malone Show. I am Victor Brick Jacobs with the mailman himself in the house. The mailman has descended upon Los Angeles. Special delivery, baby.
Yes. You got to like that music, though. Oh, I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
Going back to Buffalo Springfield, the original riff, of course.
Yeah.
Back to He Got Game with Spike Lee.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now.
I'll tell you, there's so many basketball fans who want a piece of you, Karl. Don't forget our number, L.A. in the Valley, to talk to Karl Malone, 520-1150. Everywhere else, 888-522-1150. Air Touch Cellular, reach out and touch Karl. Just punch star 1150. You are on with Karl Malone. Kevin in Torrance, say hello to Karl.
Hello.
Hello.
Karl.
Yes, Kevin.
Kevin, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing there?
Great. Am I the first call you've taken today or no?
You
Number
are the
one.
first. You didn't win that, though, because you were first.
Okay, well, I wasn't sure. So this hasn't been covered. Then nobody's asked you as far as, obviously, you're buying real estate everywhere.
Right.
But You are buying some real estate in Torrance, or I mean in L.A. area, right?
We are looking at real estate. We're looking at dirt right now, as they call it in real estate term. We're looking at some dirt.
I'm actually a real estate agent in Torrance.
Are you?
So I'm sure you already have one, though.
Right.
I'm not soliciting that.
I have a best friend named Jack Turner.
Okay.
Call him at the White Manager's office, and he'll fill all those needs for you.
Okay.
Yes, he's a great guy, too. His name's Jack.
Okay.
All right.
Is your contract coming up? You're a free agent at this point, obviously, once lockout is over.
No, this is my last year.
Last year coming up.
Right.
So is there any way of you working out a trade, or if this is even an interest of you coming to the Los Angeles Lakers, or is that not an interest?
You know what? I tell you, I have interest in doing a lot of things, and I tell you what, that's something that I'm considering. I'm thinking about it. But the lockout have to be up first. As soon as the lockout is up, then I sit down with Dwight, and we have a plan on my next step. I'm not saying that I'm leaving Utah, but we have decisions that we're going to make as soon as the lockout's up.
And is one of your main interests for being on talk radio, would you give credit at all to Jim Rome?
Oh, I think the world of Jim Rome. I said that first. I think the world of Jim Rome. But I think also this is a great opportunity for me. Extra Sports 1150, they stepped up and said, look, you want a show? We'll do a show for you. Just like that. It wasn't we get back with you next week. And they called Dwight right away and Jack and said, look, let's do this.
They're very professional.
They're very professional, and I like the way that's how I do business. Either you want me or you don't want me.
Exactly.
So,
one more question, Carl.
Yes, sir.
Regarding last year's preseason, or at the beginning of the year, Shaquille O'Neal and Ostertag.
Right.
The slap.
Right.
You were there in the arena, right?
Well, I was on the way through the door, yes.
Okay. Did you what was your reaction to that? I never really heard your personal reaction to all of that.
Well, basically, you get half of the story. I don't know everything that was said or done, but what I said, it wasn't much communication there, obviously, because he was picking himself back up, trying to put his contacts back in. But like I said, I don't know exactly what happened. But, the one thing about it, Kevin, in life, things are put behind you and you go ahead. It happened. It was unfortunate. But you go on from there.
Right.
Would I hold that against Shaq if I played with him? Hell no. Next caller.
Thank you, Kevin in Torrance. Douglas in Los Angeles. You're on Extra Sports 1150 with Karl Malone, the mailman in the house. Doug, you're on.
Carl.
Yes, Doug.
Hey, Carl. How would you like to guarantee yourself a ring? Guaranteed.
Doug, nothing is guaranteed, but let me say this right here. If something happened and I was with the Lakers, let's not kid yourself. I know why they would bring me here. They're not bringing me here to get to the NBA Finals. They're bringing me here to win a championship. That is my expectations to come here. So let's cut through the bull. Let's cut through the chase.
That's right.
And say this right here. I know why you bring him here. If that happened, I know my speech already. It's great being here, everybody. I know what I'm here for. Anything less than that is a failure.
Right. And coming here, I don't know how the Lakers could afford somebody with your status. Right. But would you be willing to come someplace where you're guaranteed a ring,
Doug,
less money?
It's not all about the money, Doug.
I hear that.
Okay.
At this point, thank you, Doug. Carl, let's face it, you and Shaquille O'Neal, down low, in the paint, you would own the paint. The Lakers are sick and tired of not winning titles. Of course, the only reason you would come to Los Angeles is not to buy beach property in Newport or something. It's to win a championship and for you to finally win a ring.
Right, but the thing about it is I've always said that I would love to play with a dominant center. I'm not saying it's no other centers out there, but it's certain ones that I really like, and that's just the way it is. If I found that in Utah, oh, my goodness.
Well, you and Greg Ostertag are not going to win titles too soon. I can say one thing about that, Carl. I can go on record right now and say you and Ostertag. No, there's no rings in your future, Carl, in Salt Lake City.
And I believe everything
that management was telling me. You know, I bought into that. But when you go and you experience it yourself and you say to yourself, what is wrong with this pitcher when I'm the product, but I'm not being rewarded? I'm being penalized for working out in the summertime. I'm being penalized for wanting to be better.
Karl Malone, direct quotation. This is the Karl Malone Show, Extra Sports 1150, 125, on the home of the Dodgers, the home of UCLA football, the home of Karl Malone, the mailman in the house. Karl, this is such a great day for Extra Sports 1150. I am honored, I am humbled to be a part of the Karl Malone Show, and you are a natural, my friend. Over the years, you and I have had some great times. We've had some nice and bitter times, depending on the situation, but you have always been upfront with all the media, wherever you stop on your NBA tour. That's what I love about you, Karl, is be it a terrible, humiliating loss, perhaps, by the Utah Jazz in the playoffs, or a great victory for Utah, you stay in that locker room 35 to an hour longer just to take care of every single media, and there's not many players in the league like you, Karl Malone.
Well, the thing about it, Vic, you have to realize that you got to take the good with the bad. You're going to win some and lose some, but you still have to be the same no matter what. If I can't do anything else, I can look in that mirror every morning and say, you know what, Karl Malone? You was true to yourself. And that means a lot to me. And if a man's word ain't good, he's nothing.
You are very pure, Karl. As pure as your hat and the slogan, no posse,
yes,
no problems. What
right.
is the genesis of that hat? What does that mean, no posse, no problems?
Well, basically, ever since I signed with Dwight, and I talk about Jack a lot because he's a friend of mine, we was talking about posses. We was talking about posses, entourages. Now, somebody might see this hat and interpret it a different way if you're from another country or something, but it mean posse mean a lot of people, like cowboy terms.
Sure.
Okay, send a posse after. So that's a lot of people. So what I said to myself, how can you make things simple? So I put on my hat, me and Jack one day, no posse, no problem. Meaning, if I don't have these 50 boneheads going around, getting stopped with drugs in the car, running into this, beating up somebody in a club, and, doing all of that, I won't have any problem. So I made this hat up, and that's what it means.
Simplifies your life?
Yes, keep your life simple.
And you are a simple man, despite, of course, you make the enormous salaries as all these NBA players do.
Them big dollars.
But you actually, Karl, worked very, very hard. We're going to get to that in the coming days, in the coming months of the Karl Malone Show on Extra Sports 1150. We're going to go to Robert in Culver City. Robert, say hello to Karl Malone.
Hey, Karl.
Yes.
Hey, man, long time respect, but didn't like you over there in Utah.
Well, I'm still there right now, Robert.
He's still a member of the Jazz.
That's okay, Robert.
Right.
That's fine. That's fine.
But what exactly happened with that little thing between you and Kobe Bryant?
Well, first of all,
All-Star break.
Well, first of all, I think that it was all blown up huge. Basically, we worked on pick and rolls, but as the game went on, Kobe wanted to go one-on-one, so I went over and he waved me off. That was the end of it. You know what? I'm fine with that. But as long as I know what page we on, I'm fine.
Right. Were you offended with that?
You know what? A lot of things don't offend me. It's because we worked on the pick and roll. I thought that's what we were going to do. But if I would have knew it myself, being the veteran player I am, I should have adjusted to that. Put it like that.
Okay.
But I have a problem if I had to play with Kobe Bryant? Absolutely not.
Oh, that was my next question.
No.
Can you see Kobe? Can you see Kobe and Karl and Shaquille? I mean, I'm just, dreaming now.
I can't even see.
I'm dreaming now.
Karl and Shaq playing together, man.
You can't.
Oh, no, I can, but I can't. I can't imagine it.
Okay.
It's the possibilities. I mean,
it's a Laker fan fantasy. It's a Laker fan fantasy.
Well, let me tell you something. I hold no grudges at all. And like I said, it's just one of those things that happen, and we're going to go on from there.
All right.
Thank you,
there.
Robert in Culver City. Mark in Ventura. Say hello to the mailman, Karl Malone, on Extra Sports 1150.
Hey, Karl, how are you?
How you doing, Mark?
Great. Well,
Yes.
Welcome to California.
Thank you, Mark, very much.
I got a couple questions. I'm going to go from one end to the other. Hopefully you can help me with this.
Okay.
I remember watching the NBA when the championships were at 11 o'clock at night.
Right.
And I'm wondering, it seems to be with the league, it's the small market teams that aren't having the money that the big market teams have.
Right.
What if this lockout goes on, we're going to lose. I think we're going to lose a lot of fans, and there's a possibility of losing some cities too.
Right. Well,
first of all, I'll ask one more question. And I'll listen off the air.
Okay.
Is what can we do about that? And secondly, I watched a 60 Minutes about all the children being fathered by NBA players and all sports players. I'm a single dad with 2 girls that my ex-wife walked out on them.
Right.
I was wondering how they are addressing that and what changes can be brought about. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Mark.
Okay, I think first question I would say that about the losing fans, I don't think it's any doubt in my mind that we're going to lose some fans. I believe that. But I think also, if you look at the small market teams, if you look at the TV revenues that are generated, all those teams split that revenue accordingly.
Sure.
And also, what I've been tired of the whole situation is the owners have been painting a different picture for the public. But when they get us in front of them, you know, we had 6 meetings with the owners, and every time they walked in, they said, is it a hard cap or a soft cap? We tell them it's a soft. They said, in a meeting. 6 times, but that never got out in the press. We are going to lose some fans, but I think the most important thing for us to do is when we do go back to work, we continue to promote the positive things. We continue to do the things that we try to do to get the fans in the first place. And it's going to be tough for a while, but I think we need to do it like we've been trying to do it. And then second thing is. What was the second thing?
He's talking about he's a single father.
Yes. Well, I must admit, and when you make mistakes as when you're young, I'm not going to be ashamed to say this. I have a set of twins that's 17 back in Louisiana, and I love them to death. Well, I was 17 years old. I was a kid then.
Sure.
But I will say this right here: it's a different ball game. If you don't want to take care of them, I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. I made a mistake then. My children wasn't a mistake. I made the mistakes. My kids, I love them to death, and I'm not telling my kids they was a mistake. But the thing about it, when you talk about today's society and the money you make and you're not taking care of them, that's a different ball game, and that's not the right thing to do.
Malone, you take care because you have responsibility, and that is one of your many, many wonderful qualities, and people are going to be discovering the blossoming of Karl Malone on this show 2 hours a day, 1 to 3 in Extra Sports, 1150. You're a complicated man, Karl Malone, a very, very scintillating man, and I believe a great communicator. Karl Malone has taken L.A. by storm, the Karl Malone Show. Welcome back to the Karl Malone Show. I am Victor Brick Jacobs. We have hooked up with the mailman. He has descended upon Los Angeles. 1 to 3. We are honored. We are humbled to have the mailman in the house with us at Extra Sports 1150. Karl, the fans of Los Angeles are very, very curious about many of your stands, especially drugs. Now, what is up with marijuana in the NBA?
Well, I think what fans need to realize with marijuana is not considered a banned substance in the NBA. It's saying if you get caught with marijuana, you're not kicked out of the league.
So in other words, you can have pot in your suitcase, a la Chris Webber's girlfriend, and whatever. In other words,
or you can cut a Coke can out like Isaiah Ryder did, and you can do all that, but it's not a banned substance. Now, not that it don't make you walk sideways or get the munchies or doing that kind of stuff.
So it's almost softly understated that marijuana is okay for players to smoke in the NBA.
Right. Saying don't get caught with cocaine or none of the other stuff, but, we'll slap your hand if you get caught with you see this Cheech and Chong movie where
Up in Smoke?
Where they stop the car and open the door and the smoke rushes out. Yeah. That's all right to happen, though.
The NBA, in other words, this must hurt the players, though, because they feel they can smoke any time. And I know you have a certain stand on that because you are totally clean of drugs.
Right. Well, let's get this. We're sitting here making light of it, but it's serious.
Right.
Basically, with the rules they had in place, they're about to change. I do know that. It's saying that if you're a young kid out there up and coming and you see someone smoking weed that's in the NBA and you get slapped on the hand, it's okay to do it. It's not okay to do it. And that's the issue here. A lot of people don't realize that it's not a banned substance. And I want to know, can you do it in your workforce? can you choke your boss in your workforce and get a job back?
Let's face it, the same rules that apply to the NBA do not apply to real life. Craig in Santa Barbara, say hello to Karl Malone.
Hello, Karl Malone.
How you doing, Craig?
Oh, I'm doing great, actually. Beautiful day out here in Southern California.
It really is.
Hey, Karl, I really don't want you to come to the Lakers. I'm just going to be direct.
Well, me too, so get it off your chest because I'll be direct too. Go ahead.
I'm not some bitter fan or anything. I mean, I don't know you personally, so it's obviously not personal. But the biggest issue is I don't want the Lakers to buy a championship. I mean, I know the Florida Marlins did that a couple years ago. I've seen the Yankees do it 2 out of the last 3 years.
Craig.
I want little guys to step up and play big, and that's how I want my team to win their championship. So to get you here, I'm sure we will win a championship. I say we, loosely, but I don't want them to buy a championship. And, I'm not a big fan of yours anyway, but that's really not the issue. The big thing is I don't want to see the championship bought.
Well, Craig, that's great that you brought that up. I don't know you, and I'm not a big fan of yours either, obviously, but that's fine with me. You don't know me. I don't know you. We don't like each other. Fine.
Cool.
But the fact of the matter is I don't think it's all about money here. Karl Malone have a focus, and what I want to do, allow me to do that. It's not about the dollars. You don't have to like me, Craig. Who gives a shit? But the bottom line is this right here. You're going to respect me if you meet me, and it's not about the dollar. That's all I got to say. Next call.
There we go. Craig in Santa Barbara hooking up right there with Karl Malone. Karl pulls no punches. Dennis in Newport Beach. Say hello to Karl Malone.
Yeah, hey, Mailman, how you doing? That last caller's crazy.
Yeah, I know. That's why we went on to next caller. But you got to take those calls.
Yes,
I got to take the good with the bad.
Absolutely.
Give me a championship at any cost, but I know you're a big game hunter, and with apologies to the tree huggers, if you're out here in L.A., you'll get to know real quick this place is packed with liberals. So as a fellow gun owner, can you please tell me you're pro-capital?
Well, I would
say
say this right here. I'm a big Charleston Heston fan. I think what he do with the Rifle Association is great. I will say this, though. I think that capital punishment, to me, should be involved. I have daughters. I have kids. It should be, you have to look at it. I dare say this right here. I watch a lot of Rambo movies and all that, and if someone did something to one of my daughters for beating them up or rape or something like this, I dare say they won't make it in front of Judge Wapner, because I'll put my camouflage on and I'll get my paint out, and we'll be justice for all. And that's my attitude on capital punishment. And I know there's a lot of tree huggers out here that probably don't like Karl Malone either, but shit, stand in line.
All right, Dr. Buss, sign him up.
Dennis in Newport Beach, thank you so much. I say, you know what? If Laker fans are going to wait for guys to step up and win a championship, they'll be waiting until the next millennium. You have an opportunity to sign a Karl Malone. You sign a Karl Malone. This is the Mailman Show. Karl Malone on Extra Sports 1150. Oh, yeah. Welcome back. This is Extra Sports, 1150, 146. The Karl Malone Show with Victor Brick in the house with the Mailman. Karl, I'm telling you, man, you are a natural communicator, and I believe you have just been misunderstood for 13 years in Salt Lake City, Utah. I know you are still a member of the Utah Jazz, but you are keeping your options open.
Right. And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with a guy having his options open, knowing what he would like to do when he become a free agent?
I believe when you hooked up with Dwight Manley, one of the great agents in America today, he opened up avenues for you, and I think just opened your mind a bit to who Karl Malone can be.
Right, and that's the way society is to some degree. They want to knock you because you want to stand up for yourself and do the things that you want to do. Everybody don't like it. What's wrong with that? Just because you want to do something that's going to make you happy, a lot of people don't like that. Well, that's tough.
And let me just go on record and say, for all these Laker fans who are saying, oh, Karl Malone, salary cap, how are we going to pay Karl? Eldon Campbell earns more per year than Karl Malone. Larry in Long Beach, you're on with the Mailman, Karl Malone, on Extra Sports 1150.
Hey, guys, what's up, man?
Hey, Larry.
Hey, there's another sports talk host after you, Karl, that's called you little crybaby whiner and wants to know about what happened when you got this impregnated girl at 13 years old? Why don't you claim that baby?
Well, that's not my baby, and it's proven that it's not. So the other guy who's taking a stab at me, why don't he go down there and see? Maybe it's his, or maybe he can't produce one. Who knows?
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know what's going on. You know, he supposed to came in and said something, but you know what, Carl? I could just see you in a Laker uniform, and I could see this team going to maybe 2 or 3 championships. How long you're there, I know what you will bring is leadership to that team, which it needs desperately. And I know Shaq and Kobe will understand and follow your lead. And we need that in L.A. right now.
Well, the only thing, yes.
I mean, whatever it takes, man. Talk to Jerry. Talk to both Jerrys, matter of fact, and tell them, hey, I'm ready to sign with L.A. Because L.A. will take you by storm.
Well, only thing I can do is wait and see what happened. I see some more things on this on our screen here. I have no hidden agenda. What I'm talking about is from me. I don't have any kind of hidden plans or hidden agenda, and I'm not kissing ass. I'm covering all these calls, and we're going to cut you off before you even talk. I'm not here to kiss ass. I don't expect people to kiss mine. Respect me. I'm going to respect you. Thank you very much.
Larry in Long Beach, thank you, my friend. Jerry in Victorville, say hello to the mailman, Karl Malone, on Extra Sports 1150.
Hey, how you doing, Carl?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Hey, I guess you covered the issue about the baby, but Joe McDonald is also saying that you're using L.A. sort of as a leverage for Utah Jazz management to get a better contract.
Please. Why do I need leverage? 13 years, whatever. Why do I need leverage? Please. Next caller. As Dwight Manley would say, stop.
I'll tell you, how about the work ethic, Lakers fans? Let me go on record right now. No one has the work ethic of a Karl Malone. This guy busts his butt for 13 years, still underpaid. He is an unbelievable, I believe, all-star. He's genuine, he's pure, and the hardest working guy in the hoop business. Jim, you're in Orange County. Say hello to Karl Malone.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Jimmy?
Good. Nice talking to you, Carl.
Good.
Vic, before I get to Carl, Vic, one quick comment.
Yes.
I'm going to go on record with the kind of year UCLA is having. Great year. But I'm an SC alum, and this is the year we will take them out. I'm done. Now.
All right, move on.
All right. Carl.
Yes.
I got to ask you. I despise Utah, growing up in Los Angeles, but I need to respect you. You're a hell of a ball player.
Well, thank you very much.
And that comes from the heart, man. It's always fun to watch somebody who cares.
Well, thank you.
All right. Now, I got to ask you, and I'm going to let it off. Why didn't you hurt Dennis Rodman in the ring worse than you did?
Jim in Orange County. Good question, because you and Dennis hooked up, and it seemed like you had all the moves.
Well, it's like this. People need to realize this right here. Just because Dennis and myself go at each other like warriors, we like each other. I knew Dennis before all of this. So I respect and like Dennis Rodman still. A lot of people won't agree with that, but as a person, I like Dennis. I'm not saying everything he do I agree with, but I respect and I like Dennis Rodman. And what's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with that at all, Karl Malone. I'll tell you, Malone in your face, no holds barred. Malone taking no prisoners in Los Angeles. He gives it to you straight and pure, right from the heart.
It's unfair that, we as employees, must go to our employer and say, hey, you're paying us too much. Let's start this thing back over again. And that's kind of ludicrous, and that's the thing that David Stern is actually doing.
Michael Jordan there on David Stern. Karl Malone in the house. The Karl Malone Show on Extra Sports 1150. Breaking new ground for you on the home of the Dodgers, the home of UCLA football, the home of the mailman, Karl Malone, the chiseled all-world forward of the Utah Jazz for now. And, Carl, what do you think about David Stern and all this? Of course, he's grown that scraggly beard, trying to be maybe a little bit more imposing. Is he any way effective so far in his tactics?
Well, I think the thing about it is, first of all, the beard got to go.
Beard must go.
Right, the beard must go. Don't make him look. Put it like this: he couldn't play for Davy Johnson here, could he?
Yeah,
with
no.
that beer.
That's
Okay,
right.
gotta get rid of him right there. But on the flip,
Yeah.
on the flip side of it, I think that things will get worked out. I really think so. I know it's black eyes to the fans. It's going to be that. We realize that. But I think things will get worked out. I really think so.
I think fans understand, number one, players want to play. Owners have locked the players out.
We're not on strike. The owners chose to lock us out. And if you say that to a lot of people, I talk to people all the time, why you guys striking? We're not striking. They locked us out. It's a difference there.
The fans are very, very frustrated in the lack of progress in the talks. But let's face it, November out, do you feel as a player, as the NBA schedule for all the games in November, you think those are all gone now?
Well, I don't know. If a deal can get reached pretty quick, we got training camp will be in November, and it could be. But you never know. But we'll see. We're excited.
So many Karl Malone fans in Los Angeles. Barry in North Hollywood. Say hello to Karl Malone on Extra Sports 1150. Barry, you're in the house with Karl Malone.
Barry, not in the house.
Barry is not in the house.
No.
John is in Los Angeles. Say hello to Karl Malone. John's
not in the house.
John's not in the house.
No, what's wrong with him?
Let's go to Barry in Northridge. Barry, what's going on? Barry,
hello,
you're
Vic.
in the house with Karl Malone and Victor Brick.
Vic, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Barry. Say hello to Karl Malone.
Okay, I want to say hello to Karl Malone. Number one, Vic, I'm the guy who almost had a heart attack about Dusty Baker being with the Lakers. The Dodgers. Number two, this is not the Karl Malone show. This is the Victor Brick Jacob show. Karl Malone, what is your agenda? Why are you here? You don't work here? You don't live here? What the hell are you doing here? We don't need you.
Hey.
You're a great player, and we appreciate what you do. But you have nothing to do with Los Angeles. Why are you here? What's your agenda?
Are you telling me, Barry, where I can live and where I can't live and where I can travel and can't travel? I bought my plane ticket like you buy yours, or maybe you ride a bus. I don't know.
You know what?
But
Karl,
I can go where I want to go. Okay.
Karl, absolutely not.
Hey.
Why are you taking up our airtime?
Hey, why are you
do
listening?
Whatever you want.
Why are you breathing our air, sir? Why are you taking?
Barry, it's a free country, my friend.
Why you breathing my air, Barry? Thank you. Next caller.
Barry, a little nice and bitter towards you, Karl.
Yeah, maybe having a heart attack right now as we speak.
Gregory is in Los Angeles.
Send paramedics.
Gregory, say hello to Karl Malone, the mailman, on Extra Sports 1150.
Karl Malone, good to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you.
I hope we don't get any more callers like that.
That's all right. He's probably was grabbing his heart as he was speaking, but go ahead there.
Yeah, I just want to say a couple of things. Basically, I love you as a player. I've been following you when you first came into the league. You're a great scorer. You're tough to guard, and you should get whatever you want as far as whatever you can get paid, because you deserve it.
Right.
Love you as a player.
He's one of the most underpaid all-stars, I believe, in NBA history. If you think Jordan was getting screwed before he signed for 32, 33, you don't know what Karl Malone is getting paid. In fact, if you want to make that public call, you can.
Well, the thing about it is, I want you to know it's not all about getting paid. It's about me doing what I want to do. And, like this caller called in, why am I in L.A.? That's a free country. And I choose to do this because you gave me an opportunity here on Extra Sports to have my own show. What's wrong with that?
I think it's all beautiful.
Thank you.
And Carl Edward is in Linwood. Edward, what's going on?
Nothing much. Carl, you have to excuse the Laker fans of L.A. who are a little bitter because we did get swept out of the playoffs. But this is a little something to all the true basketball fans. Let me explain a little something about Mr. Malone. I'm watching the playoff series back in '87, and I watched the development of this guy's game. There's only one other player in the league that I know who's developed his game to another level every season that he comes out to play. Karl Malone, outstanding player. I would love to have you here in L.A. I don't understand what all these callers are talking about.
Edward in Linwood throwing down the love. Other anti-Karl Malone factions throwing down the hostility. I'm telling you, Karl, you are splitting up Los Angeles, but it's all good. This is the Karl Malone Show on Extra Sports 1150.